Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. This is kind of going to be a hiking review, maybe. This was actually part of my Christmas present, and I just thought I'd film it so that you guys, sorry I'm kicking stuff behind the scenes, yay. This is called PARA KITO. It is a refillable band, so this bit here is the refillable band and these here are the refills. So it is an essential oil diffusion which reduces mosquito appeal. It's a bracelet. It says rechargeable, but I'm imagining it's rechargeable, made from these little pellets that slip into this section apparently. It's, as you can see, made in France. This is what it looks like. I just thought I'd kind of open this on screen so you guys could have a look what it looks like. It says reduce your mosquito appeal, essential oils diffusion for all activities. They're kind of running in that picture. For the whole family, all environments, and is waterproof. I'm not sure if they mean the band is waterproof or they mean the pellet is waterproof. One pellet lasts up to 15 days. Insert the pellet into the refillable band, wear it on your wrist or ankle, keep it near to you. It's up to 15 consecutive days diffusion per pellet. So I'm imagining if you take the pellet out and put the pellet in here, that it will last 15 days, irrelevant of whether you use it once or once this weekend, and then you need to use it next month, but then by that point you'll need a new band. Although it does say here no contact with the skin. You can't really see that because it's underneath this section, but it says patented diffusion, no contact with the skin. That's slightly terrifying. What am I putting on myself? So it says, before use, read enclosed leaflet for instructions and technical data. Do not swallow. Well, that's possibly obvious. This is why I like the Darwin Awards, to be fair. Do not swallow, do not lick, wash hands after use, keep out of reach of your young children to avoid sucking or swallowing. Use exclusively with an approved PARA KITO device. Well, that's what they always say. Distributed by Optica Life Accessories Limited, which is in Christchurch, New Zealand. Okay, so while it also says that pellets made in France, it also says assembled in China. So, okay, well, it's truly gone all over the world then, hasn't it? I am totally going to knock my ice drink on me, which is not going to be very, very nice for me. I am just going to rip it. Nobody has patience to do. I am not patient enough to unfold this type of packaging, to be fair. Okay, so, oh, look, there's the instructional booklet. Here is one of the things. So I get eaten alive by mosquitoes, and this is the second pellet. I have been hospitalized twice from mosquito bites, not because I've actually caught anything from a mosquito, but just for those of you who, random piece of plastic, who don't know, in Australia our mosquitoes can carry diseases with them, stuff like Ross River dengue, so Ross River fever, so they do tend to, it's probably not good to be bitten all the time from them. Okay, so that looks like that's all that's in the container, which means that this can be recycled, which is a good thing. Okay, so this is the band. It's kind of like, this bit here is like that synthetic swimwear type of stuff, like the bathers type of stuff, and this here, so it's kind of like a synthetic-y swimwear type of material, and this is just generic Velcro. I was just trying to think of the word. I'm not too sure how small of a wrist this would be on it, like as in if this was a child size. So I'm just trying to do it up. So that's how it fits on the wrist. And then obviously that will have this in it. And then I've got in here 2 replacement pellets as well in this container. Insert the pellet is 15 consecutive days. Again, it says the same information on this. Please read the enclosed leaflet for instructions and technical data. Don't swallow, eat or chew, so that can go into my recycling. What does our technical data say? Oh, Australia, here we go. I'm not sure if that is going to focus enough for you to read it, because it is pretty tiny. So let's have a look. Okay, it says PARA KITO is composed of an accessory, wristband or clip, and a pellet. So also this may come in different styles then. And the pellet should be placed under the netting of an accessory in order to avoid skin contact. Replacement pellets are sold separately but must be used exclusively with PARA KITO accessories. Innovative device. A unique natural formula associating natural essential oils with food-grade stabilizing molecules is impregnated to the core of the polymer medium. Okay. The essential oil molecules are released naturally over a period of up to 15 days, during which they can contribute to mask human olfactory signals to mosquitoes from a distance. The length of use per pellet. Glad to see my reading is up to standard these days. Jesus Christ. You know what? I do actually even have a degree. And, like, I'm an honours roll student. What the fuck happened? Anyway. Replace as needed, and in any case after 15 consecutive days from opening. Its effectiveness and time release have been tested scientifically in Europe. PARA KITO, oh, that's great. So they've been tested scientifically in a country, which, I don't know. I mean, unless you're on the Mediterranean, I'm not sure you have the level of mosquitoes Australia does. Your mosquito attractiveness, it did say it can be used in all geographic areas, whether tropical or temperate. Your mosquito attractiveness may be impacted by many variables such as perspiration, swimming, bathing, wind, time of day, area of exposed skin, type of clothing worn, and movement. Therefore, using PARA KITO does not imply a guarantee of a 100% mosquito bite reduction. If despite wearing PARA KITO mosquitoes do identify you, they might bite even close to the band, as the pellet is not a repellent. You should follow the recommendations of public health authorities for risky areas. When using in high-risk areas, wearing 2 accessories is recommended, a wristband on an ankle or another one on the opposite wrist, for example, and possibly combining with other protective measures. Instructions says, open the protective bag and insert the pellet under the netting of the PARA KITO accessory, held flat with the pellet facing away from the skin. The wristband can be worn on the wrist or the ankle. It can be placed on any other fixed support, say a bedside table, bedpost or mobile support, backpack, belt or child carrier thanks to its adjustable fastener. The clip can be fixed onto a bag or a belt. So obviously this comes in this wrist version, and it also comes where you can put this into a clip. And these I'll show you in a second once I've kind of done it back. is that these, as you can see from this end of it, actually come with a hole in it, which is, I imagine, where the clip will go. Oops, we're actually on the other side of this. So the pellet will reduce your attractiveness to mosquitoes only if placed on or near you. The wristband, clip and pellet are waterproof. The effectiveness of the pellet is not affected by placing it in water. Neoprene accessories are hand washable in water. Oh, there we go. This is neoprene, which is basically a type of synthetic beachwear, I guess. Actually, neoprene is synthetic beachwear. Anyway, precautionary measures. The pellet starts releasing upon opening the protective sachet. Take care not to damage the sachet prior to use. PARA KITO is suitable for use by the whole family. The pellet is free of synthetic active chemicals and alcohol and can be used by children, however placed out of reach of children below 36 months to prevent the potential risks of them sucking or swallowing the pellet. Do not swallow if the impregnated pellet comes into contact with the eyes or the mouth. Rinse with water immediately. Wash hands after handling the pellet. The PARA KITO accessories and the pellet can be disposed of as ordinary waste without risk to the environment. Okay, well, I will link the website down below. Of course, I will go outside at some point over this summer break and I will see how well the PARA KITO works, and I will include it in this vlog continuation. Okay, we're just going to put this PARA KITO kit together so we can wear it on in the outside. You're not really meant to handle this particularly. Apparently it smells kind of like a weird type of cinnamon. I don't know how else to describe that, so we're going to push this in here. As you can see, it's a bit, don't have lots of contact with skin, requires you to have lots of contact with it to push it in. Hey, look, that's why we try these things out. So if you're getting these for children, please be aware that you will need to do this for them. It's probably not best for adults to necessarily have these in great contact, but it would definitely be not a good idea to have a child in great contact with this if that's the recommendation. So we'll pull this up and make sure it's completely in, because we don't want it falling out. So that's how it looks like when it is in. Okay, so that is the PARA KITO. It smells like cinnamon tequila. I don't know how else to describe it. So then we will put it on. We'll also love my use of English, is that we're going to wash our hands, and so to get this off it, because obviously we handled it. So we'll take some footage on the way. Actually feels very, very sweaty. I'm sweating like underneath the band. I've had to loosen it twice. The scent is quite overpowering even while outside. So I hope that this doesn't affect me and actually is keeping mosquitoes away, to be honest. But hey, we'll see how we go. Okay, we're going to do another update on the PARA KITO. It is currently I think the 3rd of February, so this has been going on since March, but I haven't actually tested these in a high mosquito environment. They're actually not guaranteed for a high mosquito environment. It basically just kind of reduces your mosquito appeal on here, but this has actually been in here since, this tag has been in here since I put it in I think Boxing Day. As you can see, it has lightly stained this, but if you would have seen the instructions, that you're not actually really meant to touch this and you're meant to wash your hands after, but this has up to 15 days worth of kind of repellent. I'm going out tonight and going to do some stuff, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a blank one into the PARA KITO. So this one here, as you can see, has just lightly stained the outside, so obviously some residue comes out of the tab, which kind of does actually make sense when you think you have to wash your hands after you use it. So it kind of does vaguely make sense. So we're going to pull one out, which means I have 2 more left in here, which kind of in their case will last 30 days. So we will push this back up, and it's okay, I will wash my hands after this. So that is the used one. It kind of still does have that smell to it, but hence it's a lot more faded, and I guess the smell is what keeps the mosquitoes away. Again, this is the little plastic, and it has made in France, expires August 2022, which I imagine what those two expire, and then we slip this back in here. It is a little bit, so this is the colour and size difference, just in case you want to see. The used one is a lot paler. It's a very pale, whereas this newer one is more of a lemon colour, if you can see that colour differential a little bit better. So this one's obviously been depleted, so that one can go there. This one goes in here, and it is significantly tighter to get in than this one is to get out. So okay, so there we go, that is now in there, and I'll update you as we go along. Okay, it is April, and it is about time that we finish off this review, being that I'm pretty sure at the start of this video it was Christmas Day, because this was a Christmas present when I unboxed it. So I will be closing off this review because that's been over 4 months now. And this will be the last update of the PARA KITO anti-mosquito band and pellets. Of course, this is a natural product. I think we've probably gone over this before, but anyway, and promoted as such. And I've worn this while camping, hiking, and during high mosquito times, and while walking near bodies of water in summer. If you understand how traumatic that is in Australia, you will know what I'm talking about. I have been bitten next to this band while actually wearing it. I don't know why I get bitten so much. In a group of people, I will always be targeted and will always end up with a multitude of mosquito bites, far more than everybody else at the table. I have used products for DEET, which is the common contraction of, I'm going to pronounce this very, very wrong, but dithalidomide, which is a common active ingredient of insects and for insect repellents, and this still doesn't work for me. However, this is probably a combination of a lot of issues for me. And I just usually have a massive histamine response if I get bitten. If it's only 1 or 2 bites, I'm usually fine, because it's just a histamine response, which means I'll just swell. However, if I've been hospitalized on multiple occasions because I've got a couple of hundred of bites, or I've gotten 60 or 70 bites from mosquitoes, and in Australia we have flies that bite you, and I have been hospitalized for it. So just because my histamine response is actually quite aggressive when it comes to bite marks. So probably the real question in all of this is this worth it for the bracelet and 2 of these pellets? It costs, I think, between $24 and $30. I think it was like $28 or $29. However, so the question for me is, it's probably not worth that, just because it doesn't work for me. However, if you are not so much of a feasting palette for mosquitoes as I am, then this may work better for you. Or if you don't have such a histamine response to the amount of bites that I get, this may work very, very well for you. I will link the PARA KITO website down below, so you can go check them out. They do have a wide variety of both kids and adult sizes, and they have a wide variety of these types of bands, so you can probably find a band that you actually may like. And they will have, obviously, refills. So thanks for watching. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.